Alright, what's happening? Welcome back. I think in a couple of days we're going to go shooting, so I thought I'll bring the camera down to the bit where we actually feed, because the only point of view you ever see is me further up there when Dad's pushing the ducks off to me. So this is sort of where the flood water is. At the minute you can only see there's a little bit there, but this is where we feed all along this brook here. It's quite a wide brook, to be fair. It's probably 20 odd foot wide. You can see where the duck have been along here, where we've been feeding all of the vegetation, and that's been trampled down. So thought I'd come down here, show you where we feed, because this is where the birds always flush from when I actually shoot them further up this brook. So normally what happens is after a strong rain, all of this brook behind me here floods over, and from the water line now to the top of this bank is probably only about 4 or 5 inches in sort of elevation. So a good couple rains, or maybe even just a day of heavy rain, and this will be over the bank. So all of this area here, all of this reedy area, all of this vegetation, and the water basically goes all the way to that big edge over the other side over there. So you can see how wet it normally is because of all of the stuff that sort of grows there. But one decent rain and then all of this will be flooded out. So and the minute it floods is when all of the birds turn up. We do get a few sort of patches of mallard and teal that come in on this. Like I say, you can see where they have been, and we fed it 3 or 4 days ago and there's not really anything left. So come down here with a big sack of grain. Over there, big sack of barley. I'm gonna lag all of that in down here, and then I think in a couple of days, today's Sunday, I think on Tuesday we're gonna come shoot it, because we have noticed there's a few birds, and we come and sat and watched it the other night, and we probably saw 16 to 20 odd mallard and a handful of teal. So just gonna lag a load of feed in there, do a little bit of training with the dog first because she's only young. So come down here, do a little bit of retrieving with her, and then on Tuesday come down and shoot it. Just fingers crossed we get into something. Wait there, Bo. Good. Right, there we are, a little bit of training done with the dummies, and I'm just going to put all this feed out down along this bank now. Don't know how much barley we've got here, probably a good third of a sack. Going to go down here all along the riverbank. I've just fed it sort of in 6 inches of water, just so that not too many rats and too many other birds pick over it, just so mostly the ducks can get it, because when it's submerged under the water a lot of animals won't really eat it. So there's a little bit around the edge of the bank for the little birds, and then the rest of it's all in the water for the ducks. So I just got the GoPro propped up on a little tree stump. I just got down there pretty out of breath because I'm walking over some real rough cover. I don't know if you can see this behind me, but it's proper like thick overgrown bog that's sort of dried out over the summer. So there's loads of like overgrown bramble and all sorts of other stuff in there that are laid over. So yeah, this is a follow on from the video I showed you from feeding. The bit I showed you is way down that way. Then behind me is an estuary, I don't know, a fairway where I couldn't give you a sort of distance on it. So just set up here with the dog. Dad's just gone down to the bottom to get the landowner, see if he's coming with us, because sometimes he comes and shoots with us and sometimes he doesn't. So Dad's just gone down there to fetch him, and he said he's going to give me a call when he knows if he's coming or not. I've just seen the skein of geese come from there and cut over the farm and go back towards the estuary, so we might be in luck for a few geese tonight. But recently they've been feeding way a couple of miles in the opposite direction, so if we do get a skein come over, it'll be lucky. So I'm just set up here waiting for the ambush. We haven't got a lot of water at the minute. Where I'm stood normally is you're at least sort of up to your knees in water, so haven't got too much water. There's a little splash either side of here and a little splash further down where we feed, but nothing like it normally is because we've not had the rain that we have normally had at this point in the year. So just set up now, just got the dog tied down to a little post there so she don't go mental if I fire the first barrel. And yeah, we're waiting. Oh, I'm out of breath. Tonight, first time out with the shot cam. I'm shooting my Browning 325, the old trusty. I normally shoot a Winchester SX3, but I need to clean it and the barrel's seized on, so I've got to get it in a vise and loosen it with a hammer. But it's an old beater anyway, so Here's what it is. I can hear all the geese over there now. It sounds like there's quite a few over there. But yeah, landowner's not coming. Like I was saying, tonight it's not about getting a lot of birds. It's just about maybe getting a couple of shots really, because it's only the beginning of October. Normally we don't have it flooded here until the end of October. There's been a lot of teal and a lot of widgeon arrived early. Teal and widgeon have been here for a few weeks now, which is early compared to what they normally are. Like I say, they normally come end of October as well. So there's loads of geese about. I think we counted about 1,000 geese down on the river, so we might be lucky and get one flying this way, but as I said, they've all been feeding well over the other side. So I'm just going to get the GoPro on my head and get ready for this flush, because Dad's just walking down there now, so hopefully we get some. Hello, Kel. Dog's tucked in there already. First time out with a gun. She's only a young dog, she's only 18 months old, so not expecting much of her. She's only picked up a few live birds, well, a few dead birds, so not expecting too much from her. It's more about just getting her experience, getting out and about with her, getting her used to it. Keep hearing those geese up. God. Well, there's a few more birds on here than I was expecting. That caught me off guard, that did. God. Didn't bring enough shells. Stay there. Good girl. Right, so that's a flush over. There's way more ducks on there than I thought there was going to be. There was a lot of ducks on there. I thought we were only going to see a handful, but I've got 4 down. Got 1 down here and 3 down behind me here, so just have a run around in here with the dog and see if we can't pick that up, because we've still got a little while till it gets dark, and I can hear all those geese on those splashes further down from us. So not going to shoot anything else, because one of those birds looked like it was pricked, so I'm just going to try and focus on getting that. And yeah, hopefully we can get it. Come on, you, let's go this way. God. Hopefully I can still cross this, because as you can see this is all floating reeds. Looks like I can. him in. Belle, touch him in then. Here, here. Belle, touch him up. Here. Touch him in. Here. Here, touch him in. Good girl. Touch him in then. Touch him in then. Here. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Oh, right, there's one. Get back then. Get in there. Where is he then? Good girl. Where is he? In. Get in there. Good girl. Find him then. Find him then. Where is he? Good girl. Where is he then? I'll try and let her work a little bit. Get back. Where is he then? Find him. Find him. Beautiful little Drake mallard. Proper, actually in quite good plumage for this time of year, really. Belle, get back. Get back. Get back. Good girl. Get in there. Where is he then? Good girl. Where is he then? Might just have to go back and watch the shot cam footage a little bit just. I dropped one in there behind me. I dropped two here. I dropped one over there. I've picked the mallard. There should be a teal here, a teal there, and a teal here somewhere, but she's only a young dog, so she's not too used to picking yet. But we'll do our best. Might have to call Dad in, get the big guns down there. Cool, right, first things first, I'll just look back at the GoPro just to make sure that I know where these birds are. So I know where they are now. I've got one down there, I've got two down over there. Got that sunset. Problem is, where I'm wearing this cap, I normally wear a beanie. The mount of the GoPro is pointing up too much, so it's not the best angles of the shooting, so it's a bit unfortunate, but it's the first time out this season, and I've obviously forgot what I'm doing, haven't I? So go and try and find the rest of these birds now, because I know where they are. Where is he then, Belle? Fetch him up. Where is he? Where is he then? Where is he then? Fetch him up. Where is he? You got him, have you? Good girl. Hey, good girl. There we are. That's a juvenile drake. They're just starting to get his plumage. Right, so we've got one of them. So there's one more here somewhere. There we are. Well, she found him, but she just didn't bring him back to me because of his cover. Right, so that's 2 out of 4 found. Just got one more to find in there somewhere, but it's getting a bit dark, so Dad's going to help me after we're done shooting the night flight, and then we'll see if we can't find those other two. Boo's a lot more experienced. She's 7 years old and she's a good little duck dog, so I'm sure we'll pick them up. But now get my coat back on, move my bloody t-shirt and that. It's absolutely boiling. Oh, those geese are starting to fly a little bit. I can hear them now, so just get my coat back on, get all set up for the rest of this evening there. Hopefully we get a few more, because that was a lot better than expected. God, I literally just had my top off them for about 10 minutes and I've been absolutely ravaged by midges, man. All on the back of my neck. I can feel lumps everywhere, all over my face, on my arms. I do not know why I took my jumper off them, but that was such a bad move. I've been absolutely hammered. Need a good load of cold weather to get rid of these, because they're bloody annoying, man, let me tell you. All over me. But yeah, almost time now. Just starting to get dark. I haven't had any geese for a while, so hopefully they start trickling in and they come over this way and not over the other way that they have been flying. Yeah, so far so good. Little dog's hanging in there. She's calmed down a little bit now because she's been run ragged for all this thick cover, so hopefully Dad gets one, because I don't think he's had one, and I've dropped 4 and picked 2 at the minute, so that's more than enough for me. But if a nice one comes over, then I'll have another do it and all. Belle, get in. Come in here. Get in. Get in. Fell back, back, back. Alright, just got home. Unfortunately I didn't have any luck finding them other teal, but Dad did manage to get one, so the final bag for the night was a couple of lovely little October teal. Quite fat to be fair, and they've got a fair bit of meat on for that early season bird, so take that all day. And I've got one big mallard, and he's got a surprisingly nice plumage on him really, considering it's, like I said, I think today's the 5th of October, so normally they're not as well plumed up as this is, but he's real fat, proper heavy bird he is. But yeah, unfortunately we couldn't find the other ones. One of them I did only prick that dropped in front of me, and the other one that dropped towards a brook, I thought that I probably would get that, but we did look for 15-20 minutes, and the cover is really, really rough. It's all even still growing at this point, to be fair, like where it's still quite sunny and quite warm, all the vegetation is still growing, where as normally it would have started to die off by now, but there you go, good girl. So yeah, we tried our best, but the final bag was 1 mallard, 2 teal, and 2 teal away, unfortunately, but it is what it is, it happens, doesn't it, in duck shooting. But yeah, overall pretty good night. Saw way more birds than I was expecting. I was expecting to see maybe 10 or a dozen, and I'd say we saw 50 plus, so that's good. So yeah, overall pretty good night, and an enjoyable first evening of the season for me and Dad. So if you did like the video, drop us a like. If you're new around here, drop a sub. Should be plenty more videos coming out over the new shooting season, over this shooting season. Still got a couple of months left of good fishing, so there'll be more fishing videos. And yeah, appreciate the view, and see you in the next one. Cheers.